Hi, my name's Tom Dallas, and I'm the writer and the director for The Watcher's Revelation. I got interested in entertainment back when I was a teenager, and I originally started out as a puppeteer. We made our own puppets. We called ourselves the Palaver Puppets. It was my first business adventure. We'd be on some local television stations and also travel around for muscular dystrophy carnivals. Well, about 15 years ago, my wife and I started Ensign Media primarily to make faith-based documentary films. And as we progressed with those films, that naturally involved doing some directing. And we got a little more creative with that and started making docudrama type films. And then that led to just directing a faith-based feature film. The thing that got me started with The Watcher's Revelation, my daughter Carissa, who plays Kara in the film, was in a Bible study where they were going through the New Testament books of 1st and 2nd Peter. And in 2nd Peter, along with Jude, it talks about how these angels had lost their first estate and had fallen. And that, along with passages such as in the book of Revelation and then in Genesis 6, got me thinking about that. That might be kind of an interesting theme for a film. I was watching a series on television, a documentary series, that also talked about the ancient astronaut theory. And what the ancient astronaut theory was saying was that all of these views of angels and of deities and all were really aliens from our distant past who had visited our planet. And a lot of science fiction kind of builds on that theme. So I thought maybe it might be fun to go approach it and kind of turn that around a little bit. So we begin to ask ourselves these questions. Are these really astronauts from other planets, or are these creatures in fact fallen angels? Well, I got the joy of being there for all of it. Obviously, since I wrote the film, I was there in pre-production, and as a director, I got to meet a whole lot of people, some who are in the film and some unfortunately could not be in this film at this time, but that was fun. Then making the film in production was such a delight. It was a joy, even the long hours that we had to put in. And then in post, going back and revisiting those times. So the whole thing has been a joy for me from beginning all the way to the end. One of the things that was fun was, as we were filming, it seemed like every time we would go outside, there was something distracting that wouldn't happen until I said action. And I'd say action, and the actors would start talking, and then a plane would fly over, or animals would make noises. There's one spot in the film where the characters of Sarah and Kara and Josh come out of the cabin, and they look up into the sky at what appears to be some kind of a UFO. And as we filmed that from the sky view, so we had this jib shot looking down, the characters came running out, and sure enough, right as they were looking up, all of a sudden a cow would moo, and it caused the characters to break, or the actors to break character. And so we had to do that over and over and over again. Finally, we got one take that really looked good, and it's the one that we use in the film. And they were all serious and looking up at this. But instead of yelling, "cut," I just decided to moo like a cow.
Moo! Oh, that was Tom the whole time?
And of course, that had the same effect. And then they laughed, and that was the end of that scene. The cast and crew of this film were absolutely incredible. They were top quality. I just really appreciate how everybody dedicated themselves and came out. One of the things about this film is because it is part of a faith-based and part of a church that was filming for it. We all did this just as volunteers, and everything, all the proceeds then can go to Collab Collective, which is a ministry to art and artists. And so everyone kind of got around that theme, which I thought was fantastic. But cast, crew, when they would come out, I mean, they gave 110% of themselves, sometimes way into the night. One of the rules of thumb when you film is that for every page that you write is about a minute of actual film time. Our script was 126 pages, although it's cut down to about 90 minutes. And they had to come out and would stay late hours, and we would work like 15 to 20 pages in one day. So we had to do it rather quickly. But as I said, they were phenomenal and came out and did a super job. If scientists showed that there was life on another planet, or we discovered life on another planet, would that destroy my faith? Not at all. My faith is in God, not in extraterrestrials. But we do ask that question throughout the film. And at one point, one of our characters, Joshua Sanders, who's a retired physicist with, or astronomer with NASA, addresses that question. And he says, life on another planet, that's really an open question. God did not create the universe in vain. But then he gives a series of characteristics and variables that need to take place, true science, in order for life to be maintained anywhere in the universe. And so we thought it would be great to put not only the science fiction part in the film, telling a story, but also the science in the science fiction, and talk about the realities and the possibilities of life on other planets. The Watcher's Revelation is a faith-based science fiction film. I wanted to make a film that would reach science fiction fans, and I'm one of them. I love all forms of science fiction, but would also speak of faith and would give a little different aspect and would cause people to think about things that are revealed not only in the genre of science fiction and in science, but also in God, and that He loves us and cares for each one of us.